कनेक्शन वगैरे लाईव्ह फक्त
हे कर की ना थांब घे करून टाक
स्ट्रीम फक्त जॉईन
एक मिनिट थांब करतो मी फक्त एक मिनिट थांब. अरे हे कुठे गेलं इथलं
काय
व्हॉट्सअप
तेच फक्त जॉईन करायचं
एकच मिनिट आणि ते स्क्रीन दुसरी बदलून चालणार नाही ना
नाही नाही
स्क्रीन तीच दिसणार ना
फक्त टीम्स दाखवतो
एकच मिनिट आवाज व्यवस्थित आहे असं जाणार ना मी तर काय बोललं नाही पाहिजे माझा आवाज जाणार बोलतो
जाऊ मग फेसबुक
एक मिनिट आपण गेलो परत गाडीत आता मला ऍड करायला लागणार काय
हा खालची ऍड किती
कुणा सांगा लागतं ऍड करायला
जॉईन तर करायचं
ही काय लिंक आहे
कंटिन्यू ऑन ब्राउझर
काय करू आलो
केलं
नाही इथं आला म्हणते
केलं आलं गेले
आम्ही पटलं फोन करू काय
हां
एडीसी टाक का लाईव्ह करून
Main aim of both the conferences is to provide an international platform to academicians, scientists, researchers, practitioners, industry persons, research scholars, and students from core engineering and circuit branches and related interdisciplinary fields to highlight, exchange, discuss the latest innovations and advanced techniques, challenges, present some outstanding research work. For the same, researchers from India, China, Vietnam, United Kingdom, Canada, United States of America have participated in this conference. Let us hope that the brightness of education overcomes the darkness of division, injustice in the society, and lead us to the growth, equality, and liberty. We would like to appreciate Goddess of Wisdom with her blessings by kindling the lamp. I would request all the dignitaries to join in kindling the lamp. I would request Dr. A.B. Shinde, Sir, Conference Chair, for welcome address.
Thank you very much, Anushka. Very good morning to all of you. On 14th and 15th February 2022, that is today and tomorrow, we have organized international conferences titled International Conference on Advances in Material Science, Mechanical and Civil Engineering, ICA MMC 2022, and International Conference on Innovations in Computer Science, Electronics and Electrical Engineering, ICICEE 2022. On behalf of the organizing committee, I am very delighted to welcome President of the State Function, Chief Patron of the Conference, Honorable Founder and Chairman, Sant Jnaneshwar Shikshan Sanstha Islampur, Sri Annasab Dangi Appa. I am very happy to welcome Chief Guest of Inauguration Function, Patron of the Conference, Honorable Chairman, AICTE Government of India, Professor Anil Sarsour sir. Guest of Honor of Inauguration Function, Patron of the Conference, Honorable Director, IIT Maharashtra State, Mumbai, Dr. Abhay Watson. Guest of Honor of Inauguration Function, Patron of the Conference, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Dr. D.T. Shekar. I am also very delighted to welcome Honorable Executive Director, Sant Jnaneshwar Shikshan Sanstha Islampur, and Chief Patron of a Conference, Professor R.A. Kanai sir. Honorable Director, Annasab Dange College of Engineering and Technology, Asta, and Conference General Chair, Dr. Vikram S. Patil sir. And also delighted to welcome all principals of sister institutes, Convener of Ica Mmc, Dr. S.P. Sawan sir, Convener of ICICEE, Dr. Smriti Bhandari madam, co-conveners of both conferences, all deans, all HODs, teaching and non-teaching faculty members, students, and most important participants from all over the country and outside the country. I am very glad to tell you that we have organized our first international level conferences, ICA MMC and ICICEE in our institute in online mode. The main aim of both conferences is to provide an international platform to academicians, scientists, researchers, practitioners, industry persons, research scholars, and students from core engineering and circuit branches and related interdisciplinary fields to highlight, exchange, discuss the latest innovations, advanced techniques, challenges, and present some of the outstanding research work. For the same, the researchers from more than 7 countries participated in this conference. We have received more than 150 papers for ICA MMC and more than 100 papers for ICICEE conference respectively. Out of these, we have selected 57 papers from ICA MMC and 35 papers from ICICEE for conference proceeding. Our conference proceedings will be published in AIP, American Institute of Physics, publication as a AIP conference proceedings, which will be indexed in a Scopus Conference Proceeding Citation Index. It is a part of a Web Science and Chemical Abstract Services. For these conferences, we have invited 4 keynote speakers. Now, 4 keynote speakers for ICA MMC 2022. First one, Dr. Rakesh Mote sir from IIT Bombay, and his topic is he is going to give address on topic fabrication at nanoscale science and technology. Second keynote speaker is Dr. Saurabh Goyal, Department of Mechanical Engineering, London South Bank University, United Kingdom. He is going to address on a topic recent advances in simulation-driven nanoscale manufacturing research. Third keynote speaker is Dr. G.R. Dodagodar, Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Madras. He is going to give talk on topic sustainable practices for high-rise building foundation analysis and design. A few case studies. Fourth one, Dr. Kaushik Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Birla Institute of Technology, Meshra. He is going to address on a topic recent advances in a rapid prototyping technology, 3D printing, 4D printing, then 5D printing, etc. we have invited keynote speakers for ICIC EEE 2022 also. Now, first one is the Dr. Rangayana, Professor Emeritus of Electrical and Computer Engineering, University of Calgary, Canada. He is going to address on a topic, color image processing with biomedical application. Second one keynote speaker is Dr. Sunil Vedara, Professor of Computer Science at University of Salford, UK. Third one is Dr. Y.P. Costa, Provost of Marwadi University. He is going to address on a topic, our life and future with machines, softwares and big data. And fourth one is Dr. Mahesh Kumar Kolekar. He is from IIT Patna. Ica Mmc conference has 4 tracks. First track is advances in material science. Track second, recent trends in mechanical engineering. And track third and fourth is related to advances in civil engineering. For these 4 tracks, we have invited 14 research experts as the session chair for these tracks. Similarly, for ICIC EEE conference has 6 tracks. Track 1 is related to power electronics and its application. Track 2nd is related to integrated electronics and communication. Track 3rd is related to data science, machine and deep learning. Track 4 is related to IoT, network information security. Track 5 is related to image processing and computer vision. Track 6 is related to machine and deep learning. Now, for these 6 tracks, we have invited 12 research experts as a session here for these. Now, output of this conference will be that research papers, articles will be published in a reputed conference proceeding. Whatever the papers will be published, that will be helpful for the NBA, NAC and other things. Also, this international level platform will use means one platform where researchers, scientists, academicians, they can exchange their ideas, they can share their knowledge. These are the some outputs of these will be the outputs of this conference. Now, we are very much thankful to Jawar Group of Industries for gold sponsorship and IDBI Bank for silver sponsorship. Once again, I welcome all of you for these conferences and give best wishes to all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your warm welcome. Moving ahead, with a big round of applause, I would request all the dignitaries to release the souvenir of both the conferences. Thank you, everyone. Now I would request Dr. Suhas Sapate, sir, co-convener ICIC EEE, to introduce Dr. Vikram Patil, sir, General Chair, Conference.
Thank you. Good morning to all. As we were waiting for this day, most of the preparations we were doing from last 1.5 years, and pandemic, we postponed also the conference dates. Benefit of that, again, is transferred and got the researchers who have submitted the good quality papers. As the Professor Sinde mentioned, that we have selected 57 papers in Ica Mmc conference and 35 papers for IC conference. All these conferences, as we know, all these publications will be published in good indexed journals, conference proceedings, which will again definitely help to the future researchers also for referring or for citing these proceedings. We have here today 3 leaders in the technical education. Professor Sarsour, the leader of national level technical education, is our chief patron also, and is will be guiding us as in this conference with his address. I got opportunity to interact with him at few moments earlier when I was member of Walchand College of Engineering, academic council member. He was also member, and interact, and various webinars are being conducted, and he is addressing specifically his views on NEP. So they are getting more knowledge and ideas cleared about the policies and what is our role in NEP. We have a leader of Shivaji University, Dr. Sirke sir, here. I welcome you, sir, for this inaugural function, and thank you very much for being with us for almost all occasions. We have another leader, the Dr. Abhay Wagh, Director of Technical Education. He will be joining soon, as he messaged that he has stuck with the Mandala meeting. Once, as soon as that gets over, he will be joining. Once again, I welcome all the chief guests, veterans, guest of honor, participants, faculty members, and everybody for this conference. This is kind of it's unique conference, rather, being organized in this institute. That 2 tracks, which will give you researchers, almost all of the researchers, to opportunity to present their researches. So this 14th February will be remembered in the history of this institute as the new beginning, and this will be a continuous effort and will be continuing almost biannually all these conferences. The another important of this day is we are celebrating birthday of our executive director. On behalf of the institute, faculty members, and every stakeholder from the institute, I express best wishes and pray for his long health and long life. My best wishes to researchers and presenters for these conferences. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your kind words. I'm overjoyed to call upon Professor S.B. Hebrekar, sir, Dean Administration, to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. D.T. Shirke, sir.
Good morning, all. I am here to introduce today's guest of honor, Dr. D.T. Shirke. Professor Dr. D.T. Shirke, the Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University, completed his graduation from Vivekanand College Kolhapur in 1985 and subsequently completed his post-graduation from Department of Statistics, Shivaji University Kolhapur in 1987. Immediately he joined the Department of Statistics as CSIR Research Fellow in 1987, and then he joined Department of Statistics in 1990 and headed the Department of Statistics from 2005 to 2015. He has around 30 years of teaching and 33 years of research experience. He has extensively published and has almost 75 plus national and international research publications to his credit. He has completed 5 research research projects funded by various national funding agencies. 14 students have successfully completed their PhDs under his able guidance. International conferences and has organized 6 conferences. As an outstanding researcher, he has delivered invited talks and speeches in many conferences, workshops, refresher and orientation courses, both within and outside India. He has traveled extensively in India as well as visited USA, Switzerland, Portugal, Germany, Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia for the academic purposes. As a researcher of international repute, he has varied research collaborations both within and outside the country. Like his academic concerns, his administrative experience is also varied, and it includes his positions as the officiating registrar of Shivaji University, Kolhapur for the period of 2 years, as an institutional coordinator of RUSA, coordinator of University Industry Institute Interaction Cell, coordinator of UGC SAP program, coordinator of innovative programs, and so on. He has worked on various bodies of the university, including Senate, the Management Council, the Academic Council, Finance and Accounts Committee, Budget Committee, IQSC. Recently, he has worked as Pro-Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University for 3 years. Considering his substantial academic and administrative contribution, he was awarded as the best teacher by Shivaji University in 2011. He has consistently shown his talent for fetching various awards and fellowships. As a student, he is the recipient of State Government Scholarship, National Merit Scholarship, and he was a university ranker both at UG and PG level. In recognition of his academic excellence, he has awarded with Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund Award twice and Summer Research Fellow of the Academy of Institute Indian Sciences, India. He is an elected member of International Statistical Institute, Netherlands, and he is also a member of many professional organizations in the institute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving ahead, I am profusely enlightened to take this opportunity and call upon guest of honor of inauguration function, patron of the conference, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Dr. D.T. Shirke, sir.
Good morning to one and all. I hope I am audible. Yeah. On the occasion of inaugural ceremony of 2 international conferences, International Conference on Advances in Material Science, Mechanical and Civil Engineering, and International Conference on Innovations in Computer Science, Electronics, and Electrical Engineering. The president of inaugural function and the founder of Sri Dhaneshwar Shikshan Samstha, Honorable Anna Sahib Dange. The chief guest of this inaugural function, the chairman of AICTE, Honorable Sahasrabuddhe sir. On dais, Professor Kanai, Professor Vikram Patil, organizing committee members, faculty members of this Anna Sahib Dange College of Engineering and Technology, esteemed resource persons across the country, participants from India and outside India, and dear friends. First of all, let me congratulate the management and the academic staff of the Institute for organizing this innovative international conference. Innovative in the sense that you have not left any area and you are not leaving anyone from the participation to the conferences. Because when I say material science, I think you are inviting the basic science people as well. And from the engineering, almost all branches are there as far as this academic meeting is concerned. I am in fact impressed to know the overwhelming response to this particular conference from India as well as from abroad. And you already got eminent speakers for this particular conference. As rightly said in the beginning of the conference, The basic objective of such conferences is invite the experts, the faculty members, innovators on a common platform and listen to them, share with them, and try to adopt the best possible thing from such academic meetings. Such conferences should leave certain outcome also. And as coordinator said that you are going to publish a proceeding. Yes, in the physical form, the proceeding will always be there, but such conferences as well should leave some footprints. For example, it is very difficult in such conferences to listen to others. Usually, traditionally organized conferences, people come, present their work, and they leave the forum. I think this should not happen. People should stay back, participants should stay back and listen to others. I would say that how best you are in the research would depend on how many papers that you are interested in got attracted to you in such conferences. More they are, I think you are more active in the research. That is the only measure I can say in such conferences. And such conferences should leave footprints not only in terms of the proceedings, publications, or research article published in Scopus Index Journal, but beyond that, you should initiate some fruitful collaborations among the faculty members of various institutes participating in these conferences, among the institutions also. It is not that only this institution should collaborate with the other. The participant institutions also can think about collaborating among themselves. So that could be second thing. The third thing is that whatever best possible ideas they have been exhibited in terms of their presentation, is it possible to adopt that particular thing? So taking lab to land kind of concept, I think whether this is feasible in this kind of thing, we should give thought to it. Of course, the thrust areas, particularly in many, I think many disciplines are coming up with very common IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth. Above all, we should think about a very common thing. What is that? Atmanirbhar Bharat. So what are the avenues and areas wherein we can contribute to ourselves to build the nation on our own expertise? And that is the need of the hour. I think these kind of things should be given more weightage in such conferences. I really appreciate the initiative taken by the management and the faculty members, academic staff of this institute, and organizing such a wonderful conference. And we all are excited to hear to Honorable Sarsour sir. So my best wishes to all the organizers and all the participants. And I'm very sure that this conference will definitely give rise to further collaborative activities in the field of engineering and technology. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this particular inaugural ceremony. And I have a great time for today and tomorrow. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Next on agenda, I would request Dr. L.Y. Vagmode, sir, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, to introduce our chief of guests, Dr. Anil Sarsour, sir.
Good morning, everyone. The dignitaries present with us on the dais and the dignitaries who are there in the virtual mode and my dear friends. So I am standing in front of you to introduce our today's chief guest, Professor Dr. Anil Sarsour, sir. So he is Professor of Mechanical Engineering at Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Guwahati, and is currently Chairman of All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi. Professor Anil Sarsour graduated from PVB College of Engineering and Technology, Hubli, affiliated to Karnataka University, Dharwad, in Mechanical Engineering with first rank and gold medal in 1980. Subsequently, he obtained master's and doctoral degrees from Indian Institute of Science, IISc Bangalore, in 1982 and 1989, respectively. Professor Anil Sarsour has held several important academic, research, and administrative positions at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Tata Consulting Engineers, Northeastern Regional Institute of Science and Technology, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh, IIT Guwahati, and College of Engineering, Pune, COEP, prior to joining as AICTE chairman. As an academician and researcher at various institutes and as director COEP, Sir has taken up several new initiatives for academic, curricular and co-curricular activities, entrepreneurship, research and good governance. Sir joined All India Council for Technical Education as chairman on 17 July 2015. Since then, he has been an architect of reforms in technical education at AICTE, which includes mandatory student induction and internship, faculty certification, and Atal faculty development programs, creating first ever India's MOOCs platform, that is SWAYAM, we all are aware of, examination reforms, innovation movement, series of hackathons, Indian knowledge systems, new funding schemes for supporting student, faculty, and institutions. He is chairman, Basic Scientific Research, PSR, Empowered Committee of UGC, and SWAYAM Board. He is a fellow of ISTE, IET, and Institution of Engineers. He has been bestowed with several awards, which include Maha Entrepreneur Award 2011 of Praj Industries, Jeevan Gaurav Puraskar, Lifetime Achievement Award from MIT World Peace University, Pune in 2019, Mahatma Gandhi Leadership Award from Indian Achievers Forum and CSR Times 2019. He has also been conferred Ravi J. Mathai National Fellow Award by AIMS in 2021. So, such a wonderful and distinguished personality is with us today as a chief guest. So, we are really proud of you, sir, and we thank for sharing your valuable time with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would take this great opportunity to call upon our chief guest of inauguration function, patron of the conference, Honorable Chairman, AICTE, Government of India, Professor Anil Sarsour, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Namaskar. Good morning, sir. At the outset, I would like to compliment Anna Sahib Dange College of Engineering and Technology, ASTA, for organizing these twin conferences. We are Anna Sahib Dange, President of the function and founder and chairperson of this particular society, which has been running this institution. The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Shirkeji, Dr. Abhay Wagh, who is likely to join soon, who is the Director of Technical Education from Maharashtra, my student as well as Professor from Mechanical Engineering there, Lakshman Wagmode, Vikram Patilji, Professor Kanai, Advocate Dange, Anil Shinde, Professor Chauhan, Professor Smriti Bhattari, and all others from 7 different countries who are participating in this set of conferences. My greetings to all of you on this particular occasion. At the outset, for those foreign delegates who are coming on the online mode for this virtual inaugural ceremony, they must have observed that before we start any function, we pray to the Almighty, the Goddess of Knowledge, Saraswati, and also there was a photograph of Dhaneshwar Mauli, who is the embodiment of knowledge. And the conferences are the places where all the knowledge that is generated all over the world is brought in the form of articles, research publications, and we share them with all others so that as a society, we keep on moving towards both generation of new knowledge, dissemination of that knowledge, and making use of that knowledge for various applications which will be useful to society. And that's why conferences of this nature are important. Many a times a journal paper for publishing takes very long time. Sometimes a couple of years, sometimes even if there are a couple of reviews, to and fro motion of the article being reviewed by the reviewers and sent back for editing, correction, again sending back, and a long queue which exists for actual print. It is always easier to publish the papers in conferences and make the work that we have done aware to all other people who are interested in that work and carry forward. And that's why conferences of this nature are very important. Such conferences were also held in physical space, in an auditorium and in various parallel sessions in the halls. But unfortunately, the last 2 years have seen all these activities come to virtual mode. In an online mode, we all keep meeting. This has become the order of the day, but I'm sure very soon, with the pandemic getting over, we will soon again start meeting with each other, discussing the papers that we have published, asking questions, which is much more better in form of understanding each other than in the virtual mode. But nevertheless, rather than stopping the conferences or accumulation of new knowledge, continuation of them in the virtual mode is becoming the order, and let us move ahead with that. The two conferences which are being held today, both of them are very, very significant. I'm going to connect them with the new Education Policy 2020. Normally in a college on a particular day, one conference is held. Today I was saying there are two international conferences being held. One of them is about advances in material science, mechanical engineering, and civil engineering, what we many times called as hardcore engineering, or we also say non-circuit branches. And on the other side, there is another conference, which is an international conference on innovations in computer science, electronics, and electrical engineering, which we often call them as circuit branches. But the national education policy goes even one step beyond. It talks about multidisciplinary university, MERU, where research is not restricted to a particular discipline, but research has to be necessarily be multidisciplinary in nature, which has all disciplines of engineering embedded. Not only engineering, but as the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shirke was pointing out a little while ago, that he hoped that even Faculty of Science, maybe chemistry, maybe physics, are also invited into this conference. I'm sure when we talk about these domains and disciplines, they are absolutely multidisciplinary in nature. There is a lot of connect. And I remember the CEO of the Apple always talking about connecting the dots. And this is nothing but research publications in all variety of domains. When they are brought on the same platform, we understand each other, nuances, their application from one area to the other area. So I would like to just give a few examples of this set of conferences which are being held and the application. We have a conference which is going to be on a topic of material science, mechanical and civil engineering. You narrated that there are 150 odd papers which were received, of which 57 papers have been selected. On the other side, in the other conference of computer, electronics and electrical, as many as 100 papers were received, and by scanning them, reviewing them, only 35 have been onboarded. So 57 plus 35. So the order of around 90 papers are going to be displayed or presented, and we will understand each other very well in these domains. But when we see each one of these areas, there are strong components, starting from the first and most important thing is materials. The research in materials revolves around two basic sciences, that is chemistry and physics. Without chemistry and physics, no material science or metallurgy can come in play. And this is very, very significant. Today, we also talk about a lot of materials which are created not naturally, but artificially. How do we create new materials? And that is where a lot of computer science comes in, a lot of, algorithms which will be required to study them, to study the likely properties. Of course, then we have to test them. But we have a lot of mathematics involved in permutation, combination, and a lot of logistics. And therefore, it is all branches of science, physics, chemistry, mathematics. But more important, even biology. Because when we talk about materials, we find that there are a huge number of bio-inspired materials which have been used in various aspects. Take, for example, solar cells. We all are aware that solar cells used to have a very low efficiency, 14, 15, 18, 20, 22. So gradually we are improving the efficiency on one side. But still the challenge has been, because of the dust collection on the surface of the solar panels, the efficiency gets reduced. And you will not be able to get output as much as is desired. And therefore, a lot of cleaning activity is required. There may be a physical cleaning, there may be some other way. But there are materials where the dust does not get accumulated. There are bio-inspired, there are certain leaves, they do not accumulate It gets cleaned automatically. Can we learn lessons from them and then develop materials which will do that job? So we have huge number of bio-inspired innovations happening in all domains. In computer science and electronics, there are many. In mechanical, there are many. In civil engineering, there are many. So we have to learn lessons from the nature, what is happening in the ground by close observation. The 5 senses which the Almighty has given, we will be in a position to do a lot of innovations which will be useful for the mankind. And that's why it is not just these 2 conferences which are going to be handled together, but they have wider ramifications in terms of new education policy of multidisciplinary nature. I only hope next time when such a conference is held, it is not just science and engineering, but also humanities and social sciences conference also should be amalgamated. When we go to economy, when we go to the application of technology in real life, how the technology is visualized by the people, in fact, the social aspects, cultural aspects, how economy is going to be driven by all of that, how psychology of the people works on them. All of this is also equally relevant because we have seen some of the products which come out in the market do not materialize. They will not catch up the clientele because it is not acceptable. So we need to have a holistic view, or what we call the overall perspective of what we are doing and why we are doing. And that's why this is very important. Today, education is going on in an online mode, and therefore a lot of intervention from whether it is 4G, we are talking about 5G and 6G is important so that we will be in a position to give accessibility to remote corners of the country, tribal areas, rural areas, remote areas, where otherwise there are no universities and therefore they will not be in a position to take education. They are not having possibility of coming to a city and spend a lot of money. Therefore, digital education or digital universities or giving credits through online mode has become the order of the day. Even after the pandemic is over, this entitlement is going to be very, very important for our rural people. A student in Anna Sahib Dange College, for example, does not have an expertise of faculty in some area like, say, AI or in cyber security. But why a student of Anna Sahib Dange College be deprived? A person or student there can take the class from IIT Madras or IIT Mumbai or IIT Kharagpur and learn the subjects that are interested. And that's why both UGC and AICTE have allowed as many as 40% of the credits to be taken through the MOOC platform. They can take them into their curriculum. My request to Dr. Shirkeji is that we must empower students. If our college has an expert faculty, let us learn from our own faculty, no problem. But our faculty does not know a particular course, but a student is interested in that course as an elective. Let us not stop the learning of the students and let him go and take from any best source that is available online, and that credit be accumulated in the credit sheet of the student. Ministry of Education already is not only having National Academic Depository where the whole certificate was getting deposited, but we are now talking about academic bank of credits. Individual course, it may be a 3-credit course, a 2-credit course, a 1-credit course, 5-credit course, whenever he has done or she has done from any resource, it will get accumulated and university may adopt it, take it in, and then provide the degree with the backlog that exists from your own university. The other credits can be made up from some other source. I think this is a great enabling mechanism which has come in place. Let us make use of that. Secondly, all these domains which Honorable Vice Chancellor also mentioned about AI, IoT, machine learning, 3D printing, cloud computing, cyber security, they are becoming order of the day, and therefore training of faculty in all these areas is also very important, because our faculty who graduated, post-graduated PhDs about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, there was no such subject that time. So a teacher has to learn all of these subjects, and therefore Atal Academy, AICTE's Training and Learning, ATAL, Atal Academy has been constantly conducting programs on all these emerging areas. It's a 1-week program. We are gradually thinking about making it a little more advanced and 2-week programs, and allow teachers to learn all the upcoming areas so that they can handle these courses very effectively in their respective universities and colleges. Now coming to the, again, merging of technologies and working togetherness is so important. You take an example of auto sector, take an example of aerospace. It is not now purely a technology which is related with that sector. For example, automobile few years ago was considered to be a hardcore specialization which has come out of mechanical engineering. Because what was there in automotive sector, all the automotives which we were seeing had an engine, a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke, a diesel or a petrol engine, along with that a clutch, a gearbox, this entire system, the braking system, everything was mechanical. But gradually there has been more and more of electronics embedded. Today there is a computer which will drive the car automatically without a driver. Driverless cars are not a dream but a reality which has happened. So the automotive sector is no more mechanical, it has more electronics, more computer, and therefore even if the conference has international conference on advances in mechanical engineering on one side, there is on the other side electronics, computer, electrical, all of that is coming together. The battery operated cars, EVs, they are becoming popular, and to avoid pollution, this is becoming more and more significant and important.
Okay. Silver.
I think, speaking, anyway, the health sector is also equally important. We all know that pandemic itself gave us lessons that how we have to reach out to a remotest possible place using technology. And therefore, whether it is 4G today and tomorrow 5G, the solutions, the testing of the patient at a remote place without doctor or nurse going there, doing that, and then getting the data report, and then the doctors giving right advice is all not new thing. It has already started happening to the extent that today we are talking about using you silenced everyone, including me. So I think so I was not able to be heard by all of you. But anyway, I will repeat one or two sentences which were there just now. About healthcare, I was talking about, whether it is the medicine to reach a remote place, using drones is a technology which is being already used. Robotics for robotic surgery. It is not just for the difficult places where the robots go in the nuclear plant and somewhere, and then hazardous material handling or bomb disposal. All of this were already being talked about. Today we talk about surgery. An excellent doctor remotely placed, the patient need not go, doctor need not go there, we will be in a position to do it. So the technologies are merging. One technology takes cue from the other technology and makes use of it so that finally we create solutions which are going to be helpful for the society. And that's why this building of knowledge, learning from each other during conferences is very, very significant and important. And this will lead way to more research, creation of startups, creation of new jobs. And what we said, Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is not just Atmanirbhar, but we will be also supporting the rest of the world. Our philosophy is not just being Atmanirbhar, we will always take care of the whole world. We always say what we say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That means the whole world is one family. And that was proved during pandemic by giving our vaccines to the rest of the world wherever there was a requirement. We also talk about Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. We want the whole world to be happy. And these principles have to be embedded through our culture, ethos, and not only us, but we should make others understand, realize, and follow. And the best platform where we have been advocating all of this is in the United Nations. Our Prime Minister often goes there in these sessions and talks about the full net zero, not zero, net zero by about 15 more years, 30 years, that we will not create any pollution, we will take care of our environment. I think these are challenges which all disciplines of engineering, science, humanity is facing. And let us work together. Conferences of this nature will help us in understanding the nuances better. We'll go back to our institutions, charge up our students, continue the research, and make the world a better place to live. Thank you. Namaskar.
sir, for your guidance. Definitely, during our next season of conference, we will see to it that humanities, social sciences, economics, and psychology also will be get added. As again, you mentioned about the trust areas, faculty trainings. We have undertaken faculty trainings, and we will be definitely taking more advantage of Atal courses. Recently, the ACM and IIT Kharagpur has organized a a training program where few of our faculty members have already attended, and our management is very keen in faculty training. Still, but whatever you mentioned, the AI and cyber security, as these two branches, again, we are starting from this year. So we need to develop the expertise, and as per your opinion, we will be developing our faculty members for that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, your advice and your guidance.
Thank you, Professor Anil Sarsour, sir. You are the real motivation to all the budding engineers like me. And thank you, Dr. Vikram Patil, sir, for mentioning a special thanks. Moving ahead, I am profusely elated to call upon Professor S.S. Moite, sir, Head of Department of Basic Science and Civil Engineering, to introduce our father figure, Honorable Shri Anna Sahib Dange, Appa.
Good morning. This is a privilege to me to introduce a great leader, a visionary, our inspiration, our backbone, and our creative personality, Honorable Appa. The full name of Appa is Anna Sahib alias Ramchandra Mahadev Dange. Sir is born on 30 June 1936. During childhood itself, Sir has keen interest in a particular development called rural development. From childhood and has completed his education till March 1954. Sir was during education itself, he was a member of Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. From April 1954 to March 1966, Sir have completed and successfully organized certain event for a farmers, and he was successful agriculturist. From April 1967, Sir came to politics and leading in the politics with Janasangha Party. From 1967 to 1977, full-time social worker for 7 years, district president for 10 years, and regional vice president for 3 years of Janasangha. On 25th June 1975, Sir involved in emergency and carried out 3-month work with living underground. On 14 March 1980, Sir involved in the foundation of Bharatiya Janata Party, and for 5 years, Sir worked as district level principal and regional secretary for Bharatiya Janata Party. In April 1984, Sir is elected on Maharashtra as a member of Maharashtra Legislative Council for 18 years and group leader of National Democratic Front for 10 years. In 1992 and 1994, Sir was leader of opposition in Linguistic Council, Government of Maharashtra as a party leader. In 1987 to 201, Sir was member of National Working Committee of BJP. March 1995 to October 1999, Sir was Cabinet Minister for Government of Maharashtra for Rural Development, Irrigation, Water Conservation, Water Supply and Sanitation. For last 10 months, Sir got Ministry of VCNT, Social Justice, Women and Child Welfare, and also ex-serviceman. 1995 to 1999, Sir was leader of State Legislative Council, Government of Maharashtra. On 6th October 2016, Sir entered into Nationalized Congress Party and Regional Vice President, Maharashtra State Nationalized Congress Party. Sir has represented Lok Sabha also. Sir has given this election in 1971 and got 30,000 votes. In 1989, sir got 1,54,000 votes, and in 1998, sir got 2,64,000 votes. Sir have represented Vidhan Sabha members from 1978 to 1978 and 2004. Sir have represented Nagar Palika, and he was member of Nagar Palika Islampur in 1967. Sir has got best awards in 2002 as Best Parliamentary Speaker, Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, Maharashtra branch. In 2010, Sir was International Lifetime Achievement Award Sir has received. As far as the Sir's educational experience is concerned, Sir has created a lot of hub in educational area. Sir has formed 1986 and with certain colleges and schools. In 1992, Sir has started first Ashram school in the Ashram. In 1998, Junior KC to Art, Commerce, Science College in Hadkalangle, Engineering, Ayurvedic Medical College, B.Ed, D.Ed, M.Ed colleges, nursing colleges, Ashram school from 1st standard to 12th standard, military patronage school, public school, ITech. This kind of sectors have started under Sant Jnaneshwar Shikshan Sanstha. One college for handicap, Sir has started 4 secondary school, 1 primary school, 6 primary ashram school, 1 school for handicaps, a reputed college campus of having 2 hostels, and done development project on Punya Shlok Ahilyabai Holkar at Chaundi. And this was the dream project of Sir. As far as the birth profile is concerned, Sir have written a lot of books, and these books are becoming inspiring us. Sang Jeevan Gata, Kळलं का, समजलं का, Navaratna, Git Abhiyan, Kulswamini Mayaka Devi, Shubhadra, Mazam. Then Sir has written lot of poems and povadas also. Lot of more than 150 articles have written in various newspapers. Sir has got tremendous potential to work in the politician and created lot of infrastructure which is helpful for the education. So such a great personality we have with us as a leader. Sir, I welcome to you for this particular function, and I invite to you for this occasion.
The college director, sir, उपस्थित सर्व प्राध्यापक बंधू भगिनी, आपण आज या ठिकाणी आंतरराष्ट्रीय कॉन्फरन्स ऑफ ॲडव्हान्सेस इन मटेरियल सायन्स, मेकॅनिकल अँड सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंग, तसंच इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स इन इनोव्हेशन इन कॉम्प्युटर सायन्स, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स अँड इलेक्ट्रिक इंजिनिअरिंग, आज आणि उद्या 2 दिवस ही कॉन्फरन्स होते. आणि AICTचे चेअरमन आदरणीय डॉक्टर सरसुर सर, शिवाजी विद्यापीठाचे कुलगुरू माननीय शिर्के सर यांनी याच्यात सहभाग नोंदवला, त्याबद्दल मी आपल्या संस्थेच्या वतीनं, कॉलेजच्या वतीनं त्यांना धन्यवाद देतो, त्यांचे आभार मानतो. एका अर्थानं अतिशय महत्वपूर्ण असे विषय घेऊन आपण त्याच्यावर चर्चा करतोय, याचं मी स्वागत करतो. जग झपाट्यानं बदलत चाललेलं आहे आणि आज जे ज्ञान आपल्या जवळ आहे त्याच्यापेक्षा जग कितीतरी पुढे चाललंय आणि त्याची ओळख करून घेण्याची आवश्यकता आहे आणि ती आवश्यकता ओळखून आपण इथे याचं आयोजन केलं त्यामुळे तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना धन्यवाद देतो आणि माझे 2 शब्द संपवतो.
धन्यवाद अप्पा. तुमचे शब्द नेहमीच आम्हाला प्रेरित करतात. To present a token of appreciation, it's now my pleasure to call upon Dr. S.P. Chavan sir, conveyor Ica Mmc.
Good morning. I am here to express a word of thanks. At the outset, I express my sincere thanks to Honorable Anil Sarsour, President of today's annual function, for his graceful presence and guidance offered for the conducting inaugural function. I also express my sincere thanks to Honorable Anil Sarsour, sir, Chief Guest of this function, for his presence by sharing his valuable time and the inspiration given to us for this function and this conference. Thanks are also due to Honorable Abhay, guest of honor of today's function, for his valuable guidance and best wishes offered to the conference. We are also very much thankful to Honorable D.T. Sirke sir, guest of honor of today's function, for his graceful presence and guidance given to us. We are very much thankful to Honorable Professor R.A. Kanai, Chief Patron of this conference, for his timely guidance, inspiration, and motivation for organizing this international conference. I also express my thanks to Honorable Vikram Patil sir, General Chair of this function, for his presence and guidance. I am very much thankful to Dr. A.B. Sinde, Conference Chair, for his sincere efforts in conducting this function. Authors of research papers, participants are backbones of the conference. Thanks are also due to all these researchers and participants. Lastly, I express my thanks to all the office bearers, faculty members, supporting staff, and Anchor Anushka Chavan involved in organizing this function. Thank you.
We are really thankful to all the dignitaries and participants for taking out time to attend this function and making it a grand success. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.